Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we will just discuss about what OpenAI has introduced. What exactly they have introduced regarding this ChatGPT APIs and Whisper APIs. So I was just going through their blog. So this is I mean, this is the blog, and they have created this a specific blog post. As you can see, I will just go through what line by line to just get and to get a deeper understanding. So, introducing ChatGPT and Whisper APIs, developers can now integrate ChatGPT and Whisper models into their apps and products through our API. Okay, so I will just go through what they have pointed out. ChatGPT and Whisper models are now available on our API, giving developers access to cutting edge language, not just chat, and speech to text capabilities. Through a series of system wide optimizations, we have achieved 90% cost reduction for ChatGPT since December. That's a good thing. And we are now passing through those savings to API users. Developers can now use our open source Whisper large version 2 model in the API with much faster and cost effective results. ChatGPT API users can expect continuous model improvements and option to choose dedicated capacity for deeper control over the models. We have also listened closely to the feedback from our developers and refined our API terms of service to better meet their needs. Cool. So these are the authors for this blog post, I guess. I'm not sure. Is it a two? Yeah, announcement or something. Yeah. And let's see what they have pointed. Early uses for ChatGPT and Whisper APIs. So basically, the people who don't know about APIs, it is just like accessing specific softwares. Specific software, and in order to access it, we have to use through APIs. Suppose if you wanted to access this ChatGPT API, so we have to call using some HTTP words like get calls and the port methods. So these are the kinds of methods which can be used for getting these. Getting connections with these APIs. I will also make a video on APIs and in my upcoming videos. So here, as you can see, I think Snapchat has used this ChatGPT and Whisper APIs in order to integrate in their applications. Let's read it. The creator of Snapchat, introduced My AI for Snapchat Plus this week. The experimental feature is running on ChatGPT API. My AI offers Snapchatters a friendly, customizable chatbot at their fingertips that offers recommendations and can even write a haiku for friends in seconds. Snapchat, where communication messaging is a daily behavior, has 750 million monthly Snapchatters. Crazy. 750 million monthly active users, I guess. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, I will just go through the text rather than playing the video. So Quizlet is a global learning platform with more than 60 million students using it to study, practice, and master whatever they are learning. Quizlet has worked with OpenAI for the last 3 years, leveraging the GPT-3, so across multiple use cases, including vocabulary learning and practice tests. With the launch of ChatGPT API, Quizlet is introducing QChat, a fully adaptive AI tutor that engages students with adaptive questions based on relevant study materials delivered through a fun chat experience. Okay. So basically, in a gist, what all I can say is that OpenAI is basically providing this as a service. API as a service. So we will get access to their specific software and machine learning models where we can leverage their models. And basically, we are doing some inference thing here. So we're just sending out some few requests and we're getting the responses, and we can use that responses in our specific applications. Yeah, so Instacart. So Instacart is augmenting the Instacart app to enable customers to ask about food and get inspirational, shoppable answers. This uses ChatGPT alongside Instacart's own AI. and product data from their 75K retail partner store locations to help customers discover ideas for open-ended shopping goals, such as how do I make great fish tacos or what's a healthy lunch for my kids. Instacart plans to launch Ask Instacart later this year. Cool. So Shopify's consumer app is used by 100 million shoppers to find and engage with the products and brands they love. ChatGPT API is used to power Shop's new shopping assistant. When shoppers search for products, the shopping assistant makes personalized recommendations based on their request. Shop's new AI-powered shopping assistant will streamline in-app shopping by scanning millions of products to quickly find what buyers are looking for or help them discover something new. Okay, so the Shopify is also integrating the ChatGPT API in the product. Let's see. The Speak is an AI-powered language learning app focused on building the best app path to spoken fluency. They are the fastest growing English app in South Korea and are already are using the Whisper API to power a new AI speaking companion product and rapidly bring it to the rest of the globe. Whisper's human level accuracy for language learners of every level unlocks true open ended conversational practice and highly accurate feedback. Interesting. Next, I think they have just given a few descriptions regarding the ChatGPT API model. We will just go through this. The ChatGPT model family, we are releasing today. The GPT 3.4 Turbo is the same model used in the ChatGPT product. Okay, this is Turbo. I mean, this is I think one of the new model, I guess. Yeah, provided faster responses. It is priced at I'm not sure, like, is it 2 cents? Not less than 2 cents. Yeah, okay. Per 1K tokens, which is 10x cheaper than our existing GPT 3.5 models. It's also our best model for many non-chat use cases. We have seen early testers migrate from text DaVinci 003 to GPT 3.5 Turbo with only a small amount of adjustment needed to their prompts. I'm not sure about these models, guys. So I think per 1K to 1,000 tokens. So I'm not sure, like, for getting a response regarding a specific text query or in a specific session, how many tokens does it take? I'm not sure. I didn't calculate. And this is the description regarding this API. Traditionally, GPT models consume unstructured text, which is represented to the model as a sequence of tokens. ChatGPT models instead consume a sequence of messages together with metadata. For the curious, under the hood, the input is still rendered to the model as a sequence of tokens for the model to consume. The raw format used by model is a new format called chat markup language. Wow, they have created a new format which can input, which they will consider as an input source, that is in the format. They have named it as a chart markup language. Okay, so here you can see this is a request which we will send to the API. So API can be accessible through a specific URL. We just need to have an authorization token, and then we can send whatever the content according to the use case. I think here we are just asking a question. What is an OpenAI mission content? Who is a user, and the model we are selecting is GPT 3.4 Turbo, and this is the API key which we will get once we have access to the API. So this is just the request, and the response we would be getting as an JSON format, and we can see the answer would be in this specific content keyword. The key. Yeah, this is a value. And here we can see the same the model which we have selected, and this is the choices, and this is a usage pattern. Okay, and we can use this specific if you are developing an app in Python, then you can just import the specific OpenAI library, and then you can able to create and request something from the OpenAI, I mean ChatGPT API. Okay, we'll just go in depth regarding this ChatGPT API, and we will do some few examples in the upcoming videos. And this is the upgrades. I think we are constantly improving our ChatGPT models and want to make these enhancements available to developers as well. Developers who use a GPT 3.4 Turbo model will always get our recommended stable model while still having the flexibility to opt for a specific model version. For example, today we are releasing GPT 3.5 Turbo, which will be supported through at least June 1st. And we will update GPT 3.5 Turbo to a new stable release in April. The models page will provide switchover updates. Cool. So dedicated instances, we are also now offering dedicated instances for users who want deeper control over the specific model version and system performance. By default, requests are run on computing infrastructure shared with other users who pay per request. Our API runs on Azure, and with dedicated instances, developers will pay by time period for an allocation of compute infrastructure that's reserved for serving their request. Developers get control over the instance load. Higher load improves throughput, but makes each request slow. The option to enable features such as longer context limits and the ability to pin the model snapshot. So dedicated instances can make economic sense for developers running beyond 450 million tokens per day. That might be the heavy usage of that specific application. Okay. So additionally, it enables directly optimizing a developer's workload against hardware performance, which can dramatically reduce costs related to shared infrastructure for dedicated instance inquiries. Okay, contact. So Whisper API. So Whisper, the speech to text model we open sourced in September 2022, has received immense praise from the developer community, but can also be hard to run. We have now made the large version 2 model available through our API, which gives convenient on-demand access prices at, okay, this is a pretty higher cost than the ChatGPT API, because I think the input would be like the audio text, audio, right? So the speech to text model. Okay. So in addition, our highly optimized serving stack ensures faster performance compared to other services. Whisper API is available through our transcriptions, transcribes in source language, or translations, transcribes into English, endpoints, and accepts a variety of format: M4A, MP3, MP4, MPEG, MPGA, WAF, WebM. So as you can see, the accessing an API, any API is same, like we have to provide a specific URL or HTTP endpoint and the authorization key, then the content, then we have to select a model, and this is the location to the file, the source file. So in the response, I think we would be getting, I think it will be decoded by that specific file, audio file, and we'll get this response. And if you wanted to use in Python, you can just import this OpenAI Python library, and you can just select the path of your audio file, and then you can use the Whisper model and use it to transcribe it. Okay, developers focus. Over the past 6 months, we have been collecting feedback from our API customers to understand how we can better serve them. We have made concrete changes such as data submitted through API is no longer used for service improvements, including model training, unless the organization opts in. Interesting. So whatever with data we send via request, if we are opting in, then they will use that data to improve them. Okay. Implementing a default 30-day data retention policy for API users with options for stricter retention depending on user needs. Removing our pre-launch review, unlocked by improving our automated monitoring, improving developer documentation, simplifying our terms of service and usage policies, including terms around data ownership. Users own the input and the output of the models. Okay. For the past 2 months, for the past 2 months, our uptime has not met our own expectations, nor that of our users. Our engineering team's top priority is now stability of production use cases. We know that ensuring AI benefits all of humanity requires being a reliable service provider. Please hold us accountable for improved uptime over the upcoming months. We believe that AI can provide incredible opportunities and economic improvement to everyone, and the best way to achieve that is to allow everyone to build with it. We hope that the changes we announced today will lead to numerous applications that everyone can benefit from. Start building next generation apps powered by ChatGPT and Whisper. Interesting, guys. So we will just go through we'll look into this ChatGPT API and Whisper APIs, and we will do some sample API calls in our next video. So in this video, have just gone through this blog post written by OpenAI community. So they have just introduced this ChatGPT APIs and Whisper APIs to the publics, so that they can able to develop apps and integrate this APIs, so that we can able to leverage the functionality and use it as a service basis. So if you have any ideas, you can start building applications using these APIs. I'll just go through on creating a sample API calls in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.